Hey guys, happy July 4th. Today is July 4th, 2019, and I just got off my weekly group coaching call with my members and my program tax and accounting clients on demand. We have these Mondays at noon and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yes, I am working on a holiday. So what came up on our call was very interesting, and I wanted to actually address it on a live video. Or if you're catching this on YouTube, go ahead, hit the subscribe so you can get notified when I post new videos. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, go ahead and click for notifications so you actually can be notified in your notifications when I go live again. But one very unique situation keeps coming up, new member after new member, and the phenomenon of the fear of success, right? So, a lot of people think that the fear of failure is what holds us back, but honestly, the fear of success is probably a bigger contributor to people not taking action, not going after their goals, as opposed to really the fear of failure. So welcome. If you're new to me, my name is Krista. I am an enrolled agent by the Internal Revenue Service, and I also help tax professionals, accountants, bookkeepers, CPAs, and financial coaches get more clients utilizing social media. So I wanted to really jotted down a few notes on how we can systematically overcome the fear of success. Because honestly, when you think about the fear of failure, a lot of people say, okay, well, if I try this new entrepreneurial journey or this new endeavor, and if it doesn't work, then you could just go back to what you already know. You can just go back to your situation, which is comfortable. You know what that situation is because you're still there. And I think the fear of failure is a lot easier for us to grasp because we know the outcome. We know if we go after X and it doesn't work out, that we still have where we are now, which is our current situation. Nothing is changed. And I think the fear of failure, people can really systematically get over the fear of failure. Because you already know where you're going to end up if it doesn't work out. You're going to be in that same situation. You're still going to be comfortable. But when you really think about why people don't take action, why people don't go after their goals, why they think that they want to grow their business to a certain level or they want to make a certain amount of money, and then they wonder why they aren't really achieving that status, and it's really the majority of people fall into the fear of success category. And some of the reasons on when I was analyzing, like, why is this? Why are people afraid of their own success? Why are people afraid of things actually working out, of them actually pulling off what they're really striving for and what they've been striving for? And one of the things that I written down was it's uncharted territory, right? So if you have this lofty goal to, make $10,000 a month or to start your tax and bookkeeping business, you don't know what that feels like yet. You don't know what that feels like to show up and have 10 to 15 bookkeeping clients paying you $500 to $1,000 per month. You can't conceptualize the workflow, how busy you're going to be. You can't conceptualize what it's going to feel like you actually going on this entrepreneurial journey, opening up that storefront or starting your online business, because you haven't done it yet. And because it's uncharted territory, the fear of success is actually holding a lot of you guys back because you can't conceptualize what the future is going to hold. You can't really pinpoint how it's going to feel, how you're going to be required to show up when you do reach that. So one of the solutions that, I really want to implore you guys to do is to actually write down step by step what those next steps would be if things worked out for you, right? If you got 10 new bookkeeping clients in the next, 6 months, how would that workflow look like? What would your workflow strategy be? How many people would you need to actually onboard as far as employees or contractors in order to facilitate that growth? What would you do with that extra money? How would you live? So if once you start really putting, the future self, the future situation down to paper, and you actually start to conceptualize what that could possibly feel like and what that will look like for you, your fear of success will slowly start to diminish. You will slowly start to become familiar with, okay, yeah, this is uncharted territory. Yeah, I've never been here before or been there before, but I can guess and I can surmise based upon, looking at other people in the industry, based upon my own research, that if I reach this level of success, that I can expect this type of lifestyle. I can expect these types of situations, this type of workflow to come about. So the first thing that I would definitely implore you to do is start to actually conceptualize what would happen if you got 10 new bookkeeping clients. What would happen if you got 100 new tax clients next tax season? What would happen if you onboarded 20 tax resolution clients? Actually start to conceptualize what that workflow will look like, what that systems and processes would be like, and what type of help you would need to actually facilitate that type of growth. The second thing on how I know people are afraid of success is they don't really have a step-by-step process, and they don't really know, well, who would I turn to if it doesn't work out, right? If I get to where I want to get and I can't figure things out. So for instance, I have quite a few new clients that work with me, and they're like, or prospects that I talk to over the phone, and they're like, I don't know how to onboard a client. And that makes me afraid, because if you teach me how to get clients, I need to now know how to onboard a client. Or they'll say, Krista, if you teach me how to get clients, I now need to know how to actually do taxes, or I now need to know how to actually do the bookkeeping. And for a lot of people, that prospect is scary, because they know that they're going to have to level up. They know that they're going to have to make sure that their skill level is there. They know that they're going to have to actually know how to do the work that they've been begging for, that they've been yearning for, to start and have those clients. So one of the best ways on how to get over your fear of success is to join some sort of program, to join some sort of community, where if you have an issue, or if you're unsure on how to conceptualize what 10 bookkeeping clients looks like and what that workflow entails, the best way to find out is to ask somebody who is at that level, to work with somebody who has been there, to work with somebody who has a proven workflow on how you should onboard clients virtually, on how your workflow should be systematized, on how you should be blocking out your calendar. And that's what you guys get when you invest in mentorship, or you invest in a coaching program such as my program, Tax and Accounting Clients on Demand, is that you guys do have community. So if it's a matter of, oh, Krista, well, if you teach me how to get all of these clients, what if I can't do the work? Or what if a problem or a situation occurs and I can't figure out how to do their taxes? Or it's a bookkeeping problem that I don't know how to allocate the transaction. Well, the best, one of the best things that my students get is the ability to ask those types of questions. So if there's a tax situation that you don't know about, you know how to categorize depreciation, or you're trying to do a business tax plan for the first time, you have a group of other tax professionals, CPAs, EAs, tax attorneys that's ready to help you. And you also have your coach, me, that I'm able to give you direct feedback on how you should handle this situation, how you should onboard a client, and how you can allocate those difficult transactions. So I would say, one, if you're like, Krista, coaching is not for me, I don't want to coach, I don't want to program, I would just say start to conceptualize what success will actually look like for you, and write it out. Write everything out. Write the workflow out. Write out, what and how it would feel, and what or resources you would need to actually complete or onboard additional clients. So if you wanted to shoot for 10 new clients, well, what will the workflow be involved for 10 new clients, and what would be required as far as resources and outsourced labor? If you need an assistant bookkeeper or assistant social media manager, what would your business look like if it were successful? If you were bringing in $100,000 per year, if you were bringing in $10,000 per month, start to conceptualize it. And for those that are like, that's all good and dandy, the second, really advice that I would give you is to invest in a program. Invest in a program that has a community of people that you can turn to in time of need, that has a step-by-step process already laid out for you. And that's what we give you guys. Once you join Tax and Accounting Clients on Demand, you have a step-by-step process on not only how to get the clients, because it will work. You will get clients from this strategy. You will know how to talk to people over the phone and onboard them. But what emails do you send in onboarding? How do you facilitate the virtual onboarding? What is the workflow and the step-by-step process that you need to do for a bookkeeping client, as opposed to a tax resolution client, as opposed to a tax preparation client, right? And so these are very specific strategies dedicated to you guys, so you can have that that peace of mind, knowing that when you are successful, you have resources, you have community, you have a place to go that feels safe and that you can get your questions answered, right? So I want to hear about some things that you've been, or how the fear of success has been holding you back. And this has been, for some strange reason, this has really been coming up with my students. Like, people are getting opportunities with clients that they couldn't even fathom that they would have had that type of opportunity. And it's scary, right? Because you haven't had a client that's made over $5 million yet in revenue, or you haven't, really done CFO services. So now they're attracting all of these, different types of clients. And one of the worst feelings is knowing, like, what if I can't do the job? What if I can't show up? And the fear of success really tackles that. It really makes you think and really analyze, like, now you have to level up. And I think that's what it is. People are afraid of the level up. They are afraid of becoming and doing more than what they've already been doing, than where they've been playing at. So we've all been playing safe in this safe space. We're used to the things that we're doing. And you're thinking, like, dang, if I get 10 tax resolution clients, I'm going to have to level all the way up. I'm going to have I have to have my workflow in order. I have to have my systems and processes. Like, it's going to require a different version of yourself. So people tend to hold back because they're like, I don't really know what that different version feels like. I don't know what's all required. So conceptualize it, get in community, get a mentor who can actually hold your hand throughout that process. When you have those difficult client situations, you have people to ask. You have your coach to ask those different client situations, how to do workflow, how to handle those problems. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, drop them below. Happy July 4th. I am going to go take the kitties to go get some ice cream and hopefully maybe watch some fireworks somewhere. What are you doing? Comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.